3rd of October. I just want to show you these. There. I've got so many runner beans still. Look at these. Absolutely beautiful. And these are a bit smaller. There's more up here. So I mentioned it in my previous video that I've been working on my front garden. We had a bit of a campaign in the UK this year. It's been running for a couple of years actually. We call it No Mow May, and the idea is to let the grasses grow and give the pollinators, the bees, a space in sort of late spring, early summer. So I did that, but I also let the borders, because I had quite a lot of weeds, I just let them grow as well. So it was great. I had some cow parsley, I can't remember what else. There was a lot of weeds, and it was covered in pollinators, so it was really great. But then I injured my knee, which was at the beginning of June, and after that I just was unable to kneel down to do any weeding. So the front garden had been absolutely neglected, and it was just looking awful. So I've spent best part of this week, I started on Saturday, starting to clear it bit by bit. It's been a lot of work. So something I have to take into consideration is the front garden is south, I think southwest facing, so it gets full sun, and in very hot summers, which we've had recent years, it gets extremely hot and dry out there. And so I need to sort of carefully consider what plants are best out there. I need plants that will tolerate full sun and are drought resistant, and I particularly like sort of the cottage style planting, so I've had to think very carefully about what I put out there. But I've made some plans, which I'll show you later. So I went to 2 garden centres yesterday and also to Homebase, and I managed to get 50% of what I wanted on my list, so I can make a start, but there's going to be some gaps. So if I get time today, there's another garden centre fairly close to me. I might go and have a look around there later today, but for now I'll show you what I've bought. I was about to say these are the plants that I've selected, but look who's here. You want to jump up, don't you? So this is what I've selected so far. So let me talk you through them. So these are for the bed closest to the front door. So I have got here on a Kilia. Now I wanted 3 of these. I managed to get these from Homebase. They were £8 each, so I didn't want to spend £24 on 3 plants, but I had a good look at this one and I think I'm going to divide it up. So yeah, I can get 3 plants out of that. And then I've got the echinacea. I've got 3 of those, and I've got 3 sedum. Now they're flower heads, I think are almost finished. I'll be able to cut them back, but I did notice there's lots of new shoots down the bottom, and these were in the sale. They should have been £8 each, but they were £4 each, so I thought that was a bit of a bargain. So that's for the first bed. So this is for the second bed. Now, I haven't been able to get everything that I wanted, but although that is a much bigger bed, it's already got 3 established shrubs in it, plus a huge lavender. So it's got structure already, so it's just a case of filling the gaps. So I've got a marjoram and 2 thyme. I think it's the creeping lemon, and it smells gorgeous. And I managed to get some alliums as well. What I do need is I want sort of tall spiky or spears of flowers dotted through. I was looking at verbascum, but they don't really last more than 2 years, and they don't flower in the first year either. So I'm thinking about alternatives at the moment, but I haven't decided. I have got a delphinium out there. I've got some seeds that Ali sent me, but I don't think they'll flower in the first year. So I'll have to think of something else just to plug the gap. But that's my starting point. Oh my goodness, it's been such a busy week, but I'm glad the bulk of the front garden is done now, because that had been really bothering me. Now, I had, as I already explained to you, got a few gaps, but I was fortunate enough, I went to yet another garden centre that wasn't too far away from here, and they hadn't really got an awful lot. Most of the plants that they've got available are those to be planted now for sort of winter flowering and very early spring, mostly bulbs, hellebores, fritillaries, things like that. But they had like a bargain basement bin, and I managed to find 5 verbascum. So I toyed with the idea whether to have them or not, but because they had these 5 plants, they were all white, they were half price, they were just over £2 a piece. They didn't look their best, but they will survive. So I've bought those, and I have plugged some of the gaps with those, and hopefully over time they will fill out. But I've also used some of the seed that Ali sent me, so thank you, Ali. I've sown some of the delphinium and the black hollyhock seeds, and I've also had some pink hollyhock seeds which I've sown, so hopefully if I can nurture those through the winter period or late autumn winter period, I may have some plants to go out in the spring. So I'm really pleased about that. But also, while I was at the garden centre, I was lucky enough to pick up some leeks as well, which I was really thrilled about. I lost all my leeks, as you know, to the flea beetle, so I had intended to keep them in the ground to keep me going through the sort of the winter period, but because I lost them and I hadn't sown any more, there was going to be a huge gap until next year. So now I've managed to get myself a tray of leeks, so I'll be able to put them in with my onions and garlic, but that will be the next video. So I'm not going to do anything else this afternoon. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the nice weather we've got today. It's about 23 degrees. It's probably going to be the last nice day we've got of the year. I think it's going to start getting considerably colder. The nights are drawing in and the clocks will be going back in a few more weeks. So we are approaching autumn proper. But before I go, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all you new subscribers that have joined me recently, and my regular subscribers and those that have been with me from the beginning and shared my journey. I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. It's really appreciated. Now I've got my site set on 2k subscribers. I'm just over 1.5 at the moment. So if you're watching this for the first time, or you've watched me but have never subscribed, please do hit the like button, and by all means comment. I do my best to reply to everybody. It may not be immediately, but I will get round to it. I welcome your comments. It's always entertaining and informative, and it's nice to get feedback. If you subscribe, then hit the bell icon, and you'll get notification every time a new video is released. So I'm waffling again, which I tend to do. I try not to do, but I always do. So have a lovely weekend, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.